You're welcome back. Time for Showbiz, and Miss G is in the house. Miss G.
Hi, Yoruba.
Did you get a chance to watch the Dear Nanado series?
Dear Nanado, watch out, Nanado. Miato Nanado. Yeah. So we hope that all the pleas that have been made will be listened to, and then we'll get solutions.
Definitely.
But in Showbiz, legendary guitarist, he's a keyboardist, Kiki Jan. We all know, some people know his story. He was with the Osibisa band. He was a big deal when he was alive until he died from, people say, HIV/AIDS. There's a story that has been told about him now. And it's been told by one musician who is known as DKB. He's actually David Bolton.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's a Ghanaian David Bolton. And we call him DKB. He's an engineer and all that. And he's been talking about how, you know, Kiki Jan went from having $5 million in his account, $5 million US dollars, to nothing, to the extent that he began to steal from him.
Kiki Jan told me a story. Look, at the height of his fame, he had $5 million in his account.
At that time?
The time he was living with us, he was... I mean, he was so poor. He ended up, unfortunately, stealing things from my house to go and sell. You see the thing? That's how bad it got. And then after he left the house, a few months after that, he was gone.
So was your house he was living before he died?
Yeah, he was actually staying in my garage because I didn't have a spare room. He was living in my garage, and we were making music. And the guy was so talented. He still had the talent.
David gave him we bought a new keyboard. We gave it to him. So every Friday we take him to a place to play a gig, so they can get money from there. And stuff like that. Yeah,
someone who had $5 million in his account, and he had fallen to such a point that he had to live in my garage.
Yeah,
just went down just like that.
Down like that. And you know that his daughter is a media personality, Vanessa Jan, and she's been reacting to this. She says, well, her father is not here today to actually tell the story, but she's learnt lessons along the way as well.
Wow.
It's very hurtful because at the end of the day, like, he's made a mark. At the end of the day, he's a legend. You know, I get messages on Twitter all the time about people who are influenced by my dad, regardless of the highs, the lows. So it's a bit hurtful, but at the end of the day, I always know that he's always been positive. He's always been loving. He's always been caring. And yeah.
I heard that they said at this point in time, he had about $5 million US dollars in his account, and then he was down to nothing. Per what the person says, the pilfering. Yes, your dad was taking their stuff to go sell so he can get money.
At the end of the day, you know, my dad was very young and he had so much coming to him. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, he's not here to defend himself.
Is there anything from the stories you've heard about your dad that has made you cautious, has made you very careful that you don't get to repeat some of the things that he said he did wrong and all that?
In general, I think when you're in this industry, you have to be cautious and you have to really protect yourself, and you have to see who really is for you and who is not for you. And I think I've learned lessons through him, obviously through other people, and in the sense of just protecting my circle.
And that's response from Vanessa Jan. But let's talk body enhancement. It's become a conversation that a lot of people are having these days after the allegation that actress Salma Mumin also has gone to fix her behind. The conversation became rife again. So on G-Sport, we just started. We got to talk to Ohima Messi, Ajete Anan, and Rapper Kabu and some others about this. And look, Ohima says there's nothing that will convince her that it's better. But also it was revealed that some men also go out to take their SS part. Now, you've had 3 boys.
Yes.
Have you had to do cesarean sessions?
Yes, all of them.
All of them cesarean?
Yes.
And yet you have a flat tummy?
Yes.
I thought they said when you do cesarean, you don't get flat tummy.
It's a lie. It's really, really difficult when you do cesarean section and you have to keep yourself. But it's self-discipline. If you discipline yourself and you are determined to look good, you will. I don't believe in you attaching yourself with something or going to take any fat. It is you that have to work on yourself to look good. I don't believe in body enhancement, seriously.
But the men who are doing it, have you also heard that men are doing it?
No, it's a news. I mean, this is the first time.
This is the first time you're hearing it. I just say you've heard that.
I haven't.
Some men go to the hospitals specifically to do their flat tummy and then face lifting.
Hey.
Probably their line of work, you know, they use, their face is something that brings them the money, so they'd want to keep it in shape. I don't know, but the pot belly issue, I mean, it's something that I've thought of before, that if there was any way of getting it done faster than hitting the gym for years, why not? Because technology is making things easier and easier.
I'm sure the conversation will never end, so long as people are still going for this. But, it's people's preference. You can't fault them. But for those who have been following the Big Brother Nigeria, there's fire on the mountain. And the fire is because one of the housemaids, Kafi, who is having, they call the ship, so she's having a ship with Gedoni, is in trouble. Apparently, she was a police, or she is still a police officer in the United Kingdom. She took a leave without pay to attend to things because she was asked not to go for the reality show, but she defied the orders. And so they said there's a likelihood that she might be sacked on her return.
She was touted as the new face of modern policing and was used in a recruitment campaign to increase diversity in the Met. At this launch outside Scotland Yard, Kathy Kareem told BBC London how important it was for her to be a police officer.
People have said said to me when I was going to join that, no, that's not a place for black people, you really shouldn't, the police are racist, and I just think, actually, how can anything change if we're shouting about it from the outside?
Welcome to the session. Thank you. But while on leave from the Met, she became a contestant on the reality TV show Big Brother in Nigeria, and is said to have engaged in potentially inappropriate behaviour. She's now under investigation, accused of bringing the force into disrepute, and could face misconduct proceedings. Well, this is the police station here in Brixton, where it's thought PC Kareem once worked. In a statement from Scotland Yard, they've confirmed that she was given unpaid leave from the force and even asked for permission to appear on the show, which was refused. They now say that they do not in any way support her appearance, and she does not represent the Met while on the show.
Interesting.
So for a lot of people, look, Kafi can be fired. She's already a superstar after Big Brother Nigeria, but you don't want that dent on your CV as well. But people also say that, look, this is good publicity because Big Brother Nigeria has gotten on CNN, is on BBC, everybody's talking about it, it's good for her. So her team should manipulate it and use it to her advantage because she's actually up for eviction this weekend. Oh, wow. So if she happens to go home, there's no job for her, but maybe Nigeria will save her.
She should milk it.
Definitely so, Araba.
Because the point where she's gotten to, there's a point of no return.
At all. Is it that because, well, she's not even ending the relationship with Gedoni, so let's see what happens.
All right. Ms. G, thank you for the update on Showbiz.